Hello, my little problem solvers. I hope that you have been staying safe and healthy. Welcome to our Grade 5 Mathematics class. My name is Miss Yulita Brown Phillips, and today we will be looking at comparing unit fractions. Of course, you do know that a fraction is a part of a whole, and a fraction has two parts, a numerator and a denominator. The denominator tells us how many equal parts the whole is divided into, and the numerator tells us how much we are talking about. Unit fractions. A unit fraction is a fraction whose numerator is always 1. It never changes. Some examples of unit fractions: 1/2, 1/4, 1/5, 1/7, 1/9. And we can go on and on to infinity. A unit fraction shows one equal part of a whole. We can compare unit fractions by using more than, less than, or equal to. However, equal is not used very often when comparing unit fractions. When comparing unit fractions, as the denominator of the unit fraction decreases, as it gets smaller, the size of the fraction increases. So therefore, the smaller the denominator, the larger the fraction. The greater the denominator, the smaller the fraction. Let's look at this example. Compare the unit fractions below using more than or less than. 1/2 versus 1/4. Which is the greater fraction? Let's take a look at the denominators. The denominators are 2 and 4. Which is smaller? 2 is smaller than 4. Hence, 1/2 is the greater fraction. Let's look at another example. 1/8 versus 1/5. Let's look at our denominators again. 8 and 5. Which one is the smaller denominator? 5 is the smaller denominator. So our number sentence would read 1/8 is less than 1/5. Boys and girls, grab your pencil and your book. It is your turn to work. Compare the fractions below. 1/7 versus 1/4. 1/2 versus 1/9. Take a minute to get these done, boys and girls. Should be finished by now. Let's examine our denominators. 7 and 4. Which is the smaller denominator? 4 is the smaller denominator, so 4 is the larger fraction. 7 is the larger denominator, so 7 is the smaller fraction. So our number sentence will read 1/7 is less than 1/4. 1/2 and 1/9. Let's look at our denominators. 2 and 9. Which is smaller? 2. 9 is bigger than 2. Hence, half is greater than 1/9. Boys and girls, I trust that you clearly understand the concept of comparing unit fractions. This has brought us to the end of today's lesson. But you do know, before we bring the curtains down, you have to do the problem of the day. Today's problem is John's brother gave him 1/5 of a pizza. Sarah's sister gave her 1/7 of a pizza she bought. Who got the bigger piece of pizza? Sarah or John? Take a minute to solve that problem, boys and girls. You should be finished by now, my little problem solvers. I am so excited to see who you think got the bigger piece. Let's look at the fractions, 1/5 and 1/7. Let's look at the denominators, 5 and 7. Which denominator is smaller? 5. So therefore, 1/5 is the greater fraction. Who got the bigger piece of pizza? John got the bigger piece of pizza, which is 1/5. Boys and girls, I always want you to remember, you can learn something new every day if you listen. The key to learning is listening. Bye, boys and girls. See you next time.